It's time for us to clear those suitcases out. It's time for us to put God in this proper hierarchy because we're walking. He said, I will never leave you or forsake you. But a lot of times he's quiet because we're already have answered him saying we know best. And so he has to sit there and just let us realize that we don't know best. I mean, I can feel my head right now, all the lumps and bruises that I got on my head just from the times that I didn't listen. And a lot of times I can see bruises on other people where I can learn from those bruises that they've gotten. But some bruises I had to get myself even after watching somebody else get their own bruises. So how do you walk with God? It's just a question. I don't think we've ever broke it down. I mean, to walk with God is, number one, you got to decide that God will hold your hand at all times. That's a decision that you have to make. I'm going to say that again. To walk with God is to decide that God will hold your hand at all times. Even when times of trouble, you believe that God isn't there. In the Bible, I was reading 1 Peter 4:16. Peter tells us that if you suffer because you're a Christian, don't be ashamed of it, but instead to thank God that you bear Christ's name. Thank God that you bear Christ's name. And I'm going to I was having some issue trying to pull up all the slides, so just bear with me for a moment. I really want you to see this one slide here, so give me a moment to try to find it real quick. Hoping this is it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so let's look at this slide real quick. So we were talking about choices. A lot of times we're the little girl, where the girl has her teddy bear, or whatever your thing is that you're holding on to. Whatever your trials, tribulations, hurts, habits, hang-ups, whatever it is that you're holding on to, God is saying, give me that. I have something more for you. But we can't see what God has for us, and we want him to just tell us, what do you have for me? But you see how much bigger that bear is behind his back of what he has for this child than the bear that she's holding? But we don't want to lose our grip on what we have, on the little that we have, to trust God or have faith in God enough to get that more thing of what he has for us. Man, I look at this illustration a lot because a lot of times, even myself, I tend to forget that God is just more. You know, we've been reading through the book of Hebrews where it says Jesus is better. But when it comes time for us to act on these Jesus being better, we crumble because we want to hold on to those habits